my friends. Welcome back. It has been a while for some of you, and it has only just been a week for others. As we dip back into our world, let me get the music going. We must have tomb ambience. It's very spooky and dark. Alright, so as we dip back into the world of Faerun, into the land of Chult, and beneath the forbidden city of Omu, into the tomb of the nine gods, we dip back to where our heroes were left last. Our party continuing their way through the many corridors, trapped chambers, and tricks of a Sararak the Undying, made their way past two great challenges in our last episode. You faced both Aijin and Kubazan's tomb and succeeded. There was at least a few close calls. One specific for our dear Professor Whipplespark, who had faced the same fate that the dwarven member of the Company of the Yellow Banner faced when he stepped into Aijin's tomb, and that is placing their foot on the wrong stone block on the ground. That switch going off, those yawning maws of the sphinxes opening up, and the spray of locusts coming out and beginning to devour the very flesh from bone on Professor Whipplespark. But luckily, the party, well prepared, had a backup plan for if this was to happen. A tugging rope pulley system, at which point, the minute our little gnome friend dropped that little bit of weight tugging on the other end, Brolin to the rescue, pulled up the dying, almost very, very dead Professor Whipplespark from a very cruel fate, and was saved. Able to go back in again, bit bruised, bit battered, and complete the puzzle, unlocking Aijin's sarcophagi, which you did actually manage to get out of there in a different way, but it just wasn't opening up, so you had to complete the puzzle. And upon doing so, you found the horn inside. Without touching, you put the horn of the single horn on the rabbit, the rest were bones, into the bag of holding. And it was a similar situation with Kubazan's tomb, except no mishaps. You all pulled the masks of the frog off the walls, put them on your face, and performed the many rituals illustrated before you on the mosaics, completing each one without a fail. And you unlocked his sarcophagi as well. And the item within, if I recall correctly, which I don't at all, which is why I'm going to my notes right now, what his item was when you pulled it out.
It was a bracer.
It was a bracer, yep. It was a bracer with illustrations of Kubazan on it, if I recall correctly. A set of bracers. And I believe we had, we had Alexandria decide to fully embrace Kubazan, kicking out Ubalaka, and taking on this new trickster god, their souls sort of transforming. And a little bit of information to the party: you can only have one trickster god in you at once. They will battle for supremacy within you, and whichever one succeeds will take on the host. And yeah, with that, a bit of a new trade up, a new apartment situation inside of your body. The party moved on. Two tombs behind them, feeling confident, though many of you wounded in one way or another. Even Victor taking some scrapes. It's been a long day. You make your way to the only corridor you think you haven't fully investigated yet, and that is going back the way of the barrel room, with all the thunder and lightning and destruction and smoke that you have made sure to kill the tomb guardian operator of. You passed through the Minotaur steel door, getting to the other side, and have decided to delve further into that barrel room and see if there is a passage beyond. You do recall seeing a door within it of some shape or size, and hoping to unlock further passages in the tomb. You have also along the way collected many more of these colored eye stones. You have quite a few. You have a crimson, a pearl, a pale purple, a lime green, a crimson red, an orange, a bright purple and a bright blue. Quite a few of these things collected over time, all almost copies of each other. And yeah, we're going to pick up where we left off last. I have some fun trivia though for my players before we begin. That will be enjoyable. We have been in the tomb since July 21st of 2020. So we're almost going to be in the tomb for a year. At that same time, 4 days of in-game time have passed. Only 4. I went back and looked. There have been 4 total days, over 18 episodes so far.
This is a fucked up version of the hyperbolic time chamber.
It has been 4 days since you stepped into this place.
The other way.
There's only been 4 rests. So
how long?
But we are coming out of this like fully trained. You know.
Yeah.
All the
It's
XP.
true. It's only taken 4 days.
Yeah, if we come out of this.
How long has Tomb been altogether? 3 years?
Tomb started in early February of 2018.
Oh God!
No. Early February of 2018 is when we began this
3
adventure.
years.
3 years this campaign.
Oh yeah, We're making our way through there, one step at a time, and we're so close. We're so close.
Small steps, baby steps.
So just a reminder, I just felt like that would be a good refresher because we've been in here almost a year, but it's only been 4 days. Just a reminder of just how long your characters. Not too long, honestly. It's only been here for not even a week. Not even a week. All right. Well, with that, let's step back into the adventure as we have war lowering Alexandria down into the chamber below, into the barrel room. And I'll change our map over so you guys can accurately see where you are currently. Let me make sure I'm moving you to the correct spot. You all should see some things properly.
See it very. Oh, there it goes. Popped in.
Yeah, it might just take a second. And yep.
Sleep.
I'll remind you of this room, Alexandria, just so some of the detail here as you dip down into it. You remember there's a light coming out through this pit. This room is shaped like a drum or cylinder lying on its side, with its south end tapering towards a small stone door. Carvings of demons decorate the stonework with flickering flames in all of their eyes. And I'm going to actually place you, since you're being lowered down in a rope, that's our last thing. I'm going to sort of place you, you're kind of just above the floor. I don't think you've landed yet. Okay. And I actually have a good illustration that I think would really help you guys understand kind of how this room works. And this is technically, let me make sure, this is technically for the DM, but I think it'll really help you guys in understanding how this works and what the mechanics are behind it. And this is a side view of this room. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of what it looks like. We've imagine that middle square. You can see the gears on it. Sort of coming down and tapering off from that door, and then just sort of the way the hallway tapers at the top, the invisible window, the golem that you destroyed, all of that is pretty well illustrated here. So yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at, what Alexandria is dipping down into, and you can see the mechanics for how the barrel works.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
What's 38C?
That's the room number.
Oh, okay. I was like, what, 38 Celsius in there? Wow.
No, that's the room number so that I can find things.
A little toasty.
There's I can't see much in the room though.
Yeah, so that's an interesting thing. You would be able to see the squares to your north and to your southeast, or sorry, your northeast, north and northeast. But those are actually, so the map is layered on top of itself. So to make it a little easier to see for everybody, I think I'm just going to remove this, just so you can kind of get a little bit of an easier view. And I'll just put an arrow on Alexandria so we know Alexandria is down.
There's no other details about this room other than just the door.
Yep, you can see it's a solid stone door, and you can definitely see it has sort of the creases around the edge to form a door. There are no handles, nothing that you can see other than it's just like a solid. It's like more like a slab, but you would note that it is a door of sorts.
Music's going.
Yep, it is going.
Okay, that's me. I'll fix it.
I'll turn on a little bit louder music. This is the level.
I see. I see what's going on.
level
Don't
3
worry, it's
wisdom.
me. I promise.
You good? And yeah, so there's just all these devil faces, and they've got these little candles lit inside of them that are inside of their open maws. It's very much similar, akin to the devil face that is the icon of the tomb.
Well, this room is entirely boring. There's a door. That seems to be the only way out of this place.
Seems like you're okay so far.
Can I see the hole that is illustrated in the revolving room, or is it?
The hole. Oh, like above you?
No.
Remember-
In the diagram, there's a hole that
Yep.
leads to 38B.
Yep, so this is a side view. Think of it as looking at this chamber from the side. That's the hole you are actually falling through right now. Like, that's the hole you are descending down.
Yeah, that
Okay.
camera is coming from this direction.
It's coming from that, yeah, the arrow direction that he has right here. As if you were looking at it right from the side. Versus from the top down. So yeah, the hole is where you just passed through.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I suppose led me all the way down.
Yeah, you lower her the rest of the wayward.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. You step your feet down. You feel the curvature of this chamber. It's like when you go into the fun house and there's that last part where it's curved and it's like spinning around. You guys know what I'm talking about at the fair. And you step in it, and it's a little weird to step on a curved surface. So yeah, a little uncomfortable. And it still has these like faces down there, so you have to like sort of watch your feet. And in each of them is still these candles. So there's light coming from beneath you and above you, pretty much in total.
Okay, I'll make my way to the door, and I will try
Do
to
we
push it
want-
open.
Do we want some? Do you want Belfine with you for trap checking?
She's more than welcome to join me, but considering we know the purpose of this room, I feel like it's best not to risk more than one individual at a time.
Okay.
However, if Elphine wants to be the one down here, then feel free as well.
I'm here, by the way. I woke up from my sleep. That
Mhm.
lasted a while.
Did
You're-
we officially rest?
No,
No.
you guys have not rested yet.
Roland will point out, maybe we should, I'm a little out of spells, out of my beast shapes. I'm getting pretty tired.
That's great, Brolin.
Feel fine. So we know that entire room is a trap.
Yes, but we did kill the attendant today, so...
That is true. 'cause
We
there's
double
no-
checked it on our way here too, so
Oh, really?
we know he's not there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's dead. Nope, it's
So
been
we're
destroyed.
Yes.
Don't worry, they were very paranoid. They're just like, let's go back
Can
around.
You know what?
Is there enough room for Valfine to like stick her head down and
Yeah.
like do a scan, or
Yeah,
so I don't need to be climbing down a rope or anything?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. I'll move up, kind of like squeeze
Great.
past
Please.
War as he's bracing
Yeah.
and see if I can see anything down there. Anything that looks looks like Alexandria would trigger.
Go for it. Make a perception check. Alexandria, what were you gonna say? You spoke.
I had a fun idea. Could I tell Fiera to go to that hidden room, and then to the one with the supposed switch puller?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can direct her back that way. Pathway back that way. Yeah, you would know a way back easily enough.
So if I could have her just in the room
Yeah.
and instruct her that if anything enters the room, she is to
Very good.
just absolutely bash her head into the invisible window and hope that
This is so smart. This is such a good idea. Let me just tell you, I would not want to step in here unless I had eyes on this room. I'll put her in there. I don't know if you can see through her or not.
yeah, I can
Perfect,
see.
perfect.
So yeah, I'm assuming that
Yeah, she flaps into the room, and the room is in the same state as when you last passed it. During that time that Fiora has taken off, probably flew past your head, Valfine, before you sort of ducked down, getting the picture of exactly what Alexandria is going to do here. The logic is there enough.
So I don't get beheaded by an owl.
You look around the chamber, and you do recall looking through the window before, so I think you take a very brief view of the chamber, and you immediately... I think there's a lot of, like, haste here in a lot of a situation. I want to explain your one in this. It's very much just like, I know that this should be fine. It's like I know how this trap works. We're good. And you kind of look down and around and give a brief overview, and nothing seems to poke out. And Alexandra's just sitting in the center of the room. The mold on the walls is beginning to open its eyes at you, Alexandria, during this time. But
thumbs up from Valfine down the hole.
Yep.
Great.
Looks good down there.
I'm gonna try and push open the door then.
Yeah. So it's on sort of a slant, as you can see from that side view. So you gotta sort of edge your way up there. You can do so easily enough. And you put your hands on the door. You feel your palms of your hands hit the cold stone. And you go to sort of push on it, and no give. And you sort of pat around a little bit, I imagine. Just sort of natural things I think someone would do when facing a door, of like, is there some sort of turn thing? Is there anything going on? It is a solid flat stone slate. You can see the seam of it, but it is butted right up against the stone it is around, as if it's very similar to how the sarcophagi have been that you've been unable to open, and it's not giving to physical strength or touch, and there doesn't seem to be any it's flat stone. There's nothing to grab, no switch.
Okay. Could I roll a investigation to try and figure out what purpose this room serves, if any, beyond just a murder barrel?
Yeah, please make an investigation check.
Okay, because I'm not smart enough to.
No, yeah, you're fine. Your character could easily be smarter. Take advantage on it for me.
Okay.
Take my 1 energy.
Investigation.
And you no longer have Waka yelling in your ear, so mind is clear. A 20. So, yeah, you take some time on this flat stone slab, Alexandria, to truly investigate it, sort of looking around the room, remembering what you saw before and the way that it functioned, and this is just a devious trap. It falls perfectly in line with what the aesthetic of Acererak is. He just wants to inflict as much pain on the souls that he can, as much frustration and as much sort of damning situations as he possibly can, to get those souls to be a certain kind of ripeness, you think, that he needs before they die. And perhaps just taking pleasure in his maniacal creations. This is a pretty terrible trap. You can imagine somebody being in here and looking around and imagining all that you saw before and how painful it would be. Investigating the door, you see, very akin to how he does things, there is a sliver of hope. Only a sliver, though. If someone were trapped in here, you would see immediately that there are no locks around the door, but it doesn't budge, and they're just sort of the weight and just sort of carefully listening. You can hear there are lock mechanisms inside, but they are carefully hidden in the creases of the stone and are inaccessible from the outside. So thieves' tools would not work here. There would be no picking this door. You think that the only way you could open this is by powerful magic, or by... and you sort of give way to it, and I think you maybe have like a small dagger or something, maybe just like a letter opener, and you grind into the stone a little bit, or literally chopping it to pieces, destroying it with pure damage is the only way you think you can get this very, very solid piece of slate to open. And you can only imagine, though you don't have any proof to it, just with investigation looking around, that the hole you went through must seal at some point, damning the person inside.
Well, I suppose that does make sense. Fear will spoil the meat, but it enriches the soul.
Damn you, Chris Perkins!
The truest Acererak.
So, I'm at a loss as to what would lure someone in here. Perhaps it's something people stumble into.
Yeah, intelligence based just from the 20 investigation. It's a lot easier to deal with this with the room you guys went through. Not going through the room you went through, this would be a bigger curiosity. Like if you'd never gone through, this could be potentially deadly.
Well, for those of lesser talents, I would be
Absolutely.
fine. I guess just raise me up then.
She convey that information.
Do you, Alexandria?
I'll pull her up. Yeah.
Oh, I imagine this entire time she's just been talking aloud to herself.
Perfect.
Like, just narrating this and even having a small conversation with herself as to why this room is the way it is.
It's like a game of Clue. You're like that investigator from Knives Out, where he's just it's got everything.
Yeah, you can lift her
could,
back up easily. No.
Yep. I could take a while to try to smash through it. Roland and I might be able to make some progress.
Well, I don't think that's even necessary. Judging by where that door is, it's going to be close to where we planned to be going anyway, right? We were going to go south into the heat wave room and then throw the switch and head
That's
up the
true.
door.
This could be on the other side.
Is that the one that made Professor Whifflespark all?
Yeah. I went and turned that room off and got our rope back, FYI.
Oh,
Last
jeez.
session. So,
Man, you guys were busy. I missed a lot.
We have
Yeah.
Spider Turtle now, so things are a little easier.
Oh man, I remember Spider Turtle. I didn't know that we completely dismantled that. That's awesome.
yeah,
Well,
just
I
like right here is like squares away from the switch.
Okay, all right.
So,
Well,
I'm presuming Fiera returned, correct?
Not until I instruct her to.
I'll leave her
I'm
there.
not. As far as I'm aware, I'm not out of the room yet. So
You are. I assume
Oh, okay.
you lift up. No problems getting out.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah,
And-
I will summon Fiera back.
we can go out this way then. Oop, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else wants to
So
hold the rope.
something else. So I every time I step back into this
Oh,
game,
okay.
perfect. I kind of go over things again, and this is just kind of a fun reminder that I don't articulate enough, but I should. Unless specified otherwise, ceilings of the tomb are 8 feet high in corridors and 12 feet high in rooms. But for crawlways, like the one you're in now, War, these crawlways are 3 feet high and 2 feet wide. So you are literally down on your shell.
Oh,
Like you are
Yeah.
prone when you are in this hallway, 100%. War.
uh-huh. Yep.
We can
It's a good
presume
thing I have sticky feet
we
now.
can presume that you are prone, and the only person standing straight up, I think anybody would be prone going through, is maybe Brolin, who can kind of lower his head, and absolutely Professor Whifflespark, who just walks through these things.
Yep.
I mean, what is Brolin? 5 feet?
He just has to have to lean down, right, Brolin?
He would have to hunch over.
Yeah.
He'd be like
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
he would be doing the best impression he could of a hunchback goblin making his way through there.
So if Brolin can hold one end, I'll go tie the rope to the railing on this end.
Yeah. Yeah, the railing made of, I believe it's either brass or iron, some kind of metal. You can tie a rope from one end to the other to add some security. Brolin taught the other side, and yeah, those who
And
want
then-
to cross can.
I can stand here and like assist by like holding them up a little bit while stuck to the wall.
I almost think it's a situation where that this rope may be unnecessary because you can power hand somebody
I
and just
could-
sort of jump them over, but the rope is there for security.
true.
I like it. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the idea. So
like Tarzan swing him over.
you guys can easily make
Yeah.
this crossing without having any issues or scares.
All right.
Sweet.
I will throw Victor over as
Cool.
well.
What about me?
Oh, you guys want me to grab you? I'll grab you. Boop, boop, boop. I got everybody over. Woo-doo. You make your way over to the other side, and you are once again in that vast, long chamber where that heat wave came at Alexandria and Professor Whifflespark and imposed some kind of madness within them. The rope was retrieved. The lever is in the up face position, so the trap is not activated.
So
But
did
everything
we
else is where
find
it was.
anything in this room like fun stuff? Like,
We got the
You did-
2 eyeball gems.
You found 2 eyeball gems.
so
in
this wasn't
the-
like protecting anything that we know of other than that weird crawl space over there.
Other than the statue itself at the end, the crawl space, after thorough investigation, members of your party believe it was never intended. So this room would have functioned to protect the statue and the treasure it was holding on to.
Interesting. Yeah, because I've got one of the... Because we went through the waterfall area too, so...
Yeah, there are... What did we... We have 8 now?
Total? I don't know. I'm carrying
yeah.
one.
As long as you guys are counting them.
I'm carrying 2. I've got the lime and the orange.
Yeah.
Should be 8.
I think Whifflespark has most of them.
Yeah, I think he's carrying the chunk.
As War carries the last person over and you're all safely on the other side of the balcony, what are we doing?
This was a secret door, right?
Yes, and something else that I looked up, Valfine, you have a 22, 23 perception?
Passive, yes.
Yeah.
23 passive perception.
You see the secret door at the end of this hall as clearly as you would see a normal door. Like, you know the tall tale signs at this point. You've been down in the tomb for a while, and you are getting really good at this. And secret doors that you've passed previously, if I ever illustrated you needing to roll or didn't know them, you saw them immediately.
Okay.
So
Well,
ever since you've had that 23 passive, just note that that's been happening. And something else I read, I was illustrating like the ways that you can open the door as being just these little like squares you go into. There's actually real description of what those are that I have missed. The handles that unlock the secret doors within the tomb are features of relief carvings along the walls, including inside of the jaws of many graven skulls. So, kind of a little more interesting than my description,
Nice.
I think.
Okay.
So yeah, you would easily be able to get the tall tale signs of that, and there is a secret door at the top of this stairway, without a doubt.
Did we come in that way?
We have not.
We
gone.
have not gone past this door. This is fresh for us.
That is virgin hallway beyond that door.
There's a secret door at the top of these stairs. Do you want me to check it out?
Be good.
Okay. I will step up the stairs.
Yeah,
She
you-
will step up the stairs, yeah.
Make your way up those stone steps, a little bit dusty. They haven't really had anything go over them in a while, and you make your way to the end of the stair, and you can see sort of the engravings, the carvings that illustrate so many of the walls within the tomb that at this point they become a blurred background feature that is just ever constant, and you can see that outline and probably the skull where you would put your hand into the maw to open the door.
Can I check for traps?
You may.
Before I do this?
Yeah, make
okay.
a perception check and see if anything about the door is throwing
See
you
if it's
off.
Not a natural. 22.
Clean, clear, no functionality outside of just opening on a. And it did also explain something else, that they slide open on stone runners, so it would just slide open, very similar to the ones that you had before.
Okay. Just slide her hand in and.
You all hear that sort of snap, and the sound of stone on stone as the door slides open and reveals a chamber beyond that I will describe to you, Valfin, since you are face first with it and the rest are down the stair. Let me describe this room to you. Close this. Where is my notes? They got closed. Boop. Oh, they got put over here. No. Okay, very cool. A 15-foot wide, 15-foot deep pit dominates this central chamber. At the bottom of the pit, you see an 8-foot-tall clay figure standing motionless beside a stone treasure chest. Let me put the icon. Well, no, we'll leave it there. A silver key hangs from a cord around the figure's neck. 2 9-foot-tall stone statues stand atop plinths on either side of the pit, and a third plinth against the south wall stands empty. One of the statues depicts a hooded and bearded male figure with his left hand held high, index finger pointed up. The other portrays an armored male knight with his gauntleted right hand extended, its palm facing inward towards the knight. And I will post that description into chat for you guys.
Great. I was just gonna ask if you could.
Absolutely, because my words go fast, so.
That's okay.
Just a little bit more description as to the chamber that you see beyond.
So I see around the neck of this thing. Is that thing moving? Is it breathing? Can I tell?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You're not sure.
I rolled a 4.
I believe in you.
Interesting. And these statues, is there any evidence that they've moved recently? That's my other question, is if I put my foot in here, am I going to get cut in half or something?
Passive perception would tell you that the statues before you do seem to be a little bit lifted up above the floor, presuming that they are not actually fully attached. They might actually move. Indeed, you could be correct.
These are some kind of chess pieces that go in that recession over there, clearly.
War steps up behind you. You hear his reptile feet clatter on the stone steps.
This is kind of interesting. War. Do I see to the north? Do I see anything in there without stepping into this room, or is it just a hallway?
Let me see.
not
You see
much,
the edge of a solid piece of slate. It does look like a door, but it is featureless.
Okay.
Over here.
She'll look back at War and
Right the god. The only clue we haven't used on this floor.
either one is fallen or there is one behind that door, or some other thing.
I don't know if they're gods or not.
They don't look like gods we've seen before down here. They're actually depicted as human. So
The closer one is the hooded figure. The further one is the gauntlet and the knight.
Okay. She's gonna kind of like look at War like, okay, here goes, and step into the room 5 feet.
All right, you step into the chamber, the area around you opening up, and nothing happens. You do see that a large host of purple mold has sort of curled its way up into this southern corner, and all those eyes begin to open at you, all at once.
Okay, step north.
Oh.
Yeah.
One guy's got his left hand up, pointed up.
Yeah, he's got like his palm open to
Yeah.
himself, right? And then
The
one
other
is
guy.
pointed- yeah, is
Yeah.
pointed upwards.
Victor turns to Brolin and Alexandria, just sort of looking. He says, "What's up there? Is she saying anything?"
Something about statues, hands. Sounds like the door to our barrel is in there.
Is every room in this blasted place a puzzle to be solved? He just looks frustrated.
Yes.
Just says, "Hope."
Yeah, I think that's the objective right there. I think you hit the nail on the head.
Is that the plinth that it says that's empty?
That is the empty
Mhm.
plinth.
And that's raised like the other platforms, right? Just,
Yep.
It's just a square of, okay. It's like a
Yeah.
pedestal of some kind. I'm going to carefully move 10 feet here.
Okay.
And do I see the outline of this door, right?
Yes, you do.
Can I check it for traps and then try to open it?
Go for it.
Motherfucker. Well, this can be bad.
It looks completely mundane. It doesn't even have, I mean, it's almost not mundane in how mundane it is. It's just this solid slab with no details. All the other stonework in the tomb has those, skulls and motifs and all kinds of illustrations and carvings put in them all everywhere you look. And this is just a solid, clean slate. And it's bumped up right to the edges of the stone.
Just gonna push your hand on it. Does anything happen?
It doesn't budge. It's like touching the stone of a solid wall.
And there's no hand recess.
No
like
sign of any kind of turning mechanism or anything. No handle.
Okay. Can I take a closer look down the pit? Anything interesting? Now that I'm in the room.
Yeah, you see the sort of clay statue, motionless. The silver key around its neck. You see the chest at the bottom, iron. Other than that, it's just solid stone down there. The same sort of motifs and stone carvings on the walls on all the way down.
So there is a key down there around that clay thing. And there is a chest. Should I go for it?
Can I ask something? The figure in the pit. Is it also of similar cut and design to the statues on the plinth?
No, the statues on the plinth are stone. The statue down below is definitely made of clay.
A clay figure. I have a golem book, so I would like to think I'm at least fairly familiar with constructs of that nature. Can I confirm that would be a clay golem?
Yeah,
or...
I'm not sure how much you flipped through. Just make a history check with advantage, since you have the book.
Didn't we also have a control rod for a golem that was named Napaka?
I'm not sure.
I think we got it out of Napaka's. Wait,
Control. I don't know.
Yes, Alexandria. I don't know what your response would be. Curiosity or a little bit of chill up the spine. That is definitely the final work of what you are looking at in this book. That is a completed clay golem.
Nice. That's worth a lot of money. I mean, assuming you can figure out how to get it to work.
Do you think it's triggered by the room?
Well, I'm just curious as to its intent, since it isn't part of the set.
It's got a key to that chest down there quite clearly, but yeah, I don't see anything that would go over in that space that's empty. Can I look up? Can I follow the finger of the guy that's pointing upwards, the hooded figure?
Yeah, 12 foot up, solid stone ceiling, has some of those carvings and motifs, but nothing of great interest.
So did we have that control rod?
I don't have it.
Don't have it on me.
I don't have it.
I believe
I'm
that
worried.
belongs to Professor Whifflespark.
Mm.
Let me actually see what the item is. Even though it's on him, I would say it's still within the party's grasp. But let me quickly
Magic
just
pockets.
see. Magic pockets. Let me just quickly look and see what the detail of that is, because it was identified, was it not?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about here.
We got it from a floor down in Napaka's tomb.
Yeah, absolutely. It is okay. Yep. So you have it is an iron scepter with an adamantine head, similar to the one that you guys have. Twins of these.
Oh,
One is
yeah.
One is
I have the
non-magical.
mace.
One is
That's the
magical.
non-magic.
Yeah, one is magical, one is non-magical. And after casting Identify on the scepter, Alexandria revealed that its singular purpose is to destroy a construct named after Napaka.
That's it's not a control rod. It's a destroy rod.
Destroy rod.
Yes.
This is to keep TPK from happening.
Yeah. We also don't know who that is, or the Napaka construct.
Is there the clay
Could
golem?
be.
Is it just a mound, like someone shaped clay like hastily, or is it fashioned to look like anyone in particular?
It's not fashioned to look like anyone in particular. I can give you an illustration of definitely one of the forms it could take, and could very well be what's here.
Okay, so it's a pretty basic humanoid shape. It's not like it doesn't have like a very well defined face of any kind or something.
Not carved.
What's Brolin doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. He's hiding over there.
I guess. Can I move? Can I go forward?
You can. So when we're not in combat, there's no spaces like restrictions. You can easily move through your friend's tokens without having to worry about anything. And you can do that in combat too, at difficult terrain. But in this situation, Brolin, you can put yourself anywhere. You can easily make your way past war. I'd say maybe not if you were in a crawlway. So what you doing?
Move over. I want to take a look. There we go.
Yeah,
Like a trap with maybe no reward for us.
It's hard to
Other than-
say.
It's possible. I very clearly he wants you to get in this pit, but I can access it without having to do that.
I mean, if that thing's attacking, that pit is a way to trap you down there with it.
It's gonna have to climb 15 feet of smooth stone. I think we're okay up here.
It is 8 feet tall. I imagine it could easily jump and get up onto this level.
Yeah, Alexander, absolutely. Yeah, you think it could climb up here like you would a ledge of a similar height difference?
There could be a pressure plate down there that sets it off that we will not trigger. So
It has the key to the chest around its neck.
Mhm.
You have to touch it or kill it, would be my guess, to get the key.
Well,
But these statues have a weird thing, and that empty plinth seems like something's happening.
Okay. Can I, if no one else will, start moving toward that opening down there, the plinth?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the floor around seems. I mean, you did a scan of the room. Most of the floor seems pretty safe to walk around.
Can I make like an investigation check? Can I examine this any more closely, or the wall behind it? Perhaps is there like something that slides out and in, or
Your passive perception isn't really giving you anything like in the wall behind or anything there. You talking about the actual plinth on the ground?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and make a investigation check on that. Let's do that. Like, yeah, the walls and the surrounding doesn't have anything, but give me the plinth roll potential.
16.
Not this one, but looking over at the other plinths, which I think you naturally would do as you're kind of investigating this one, and there are two other mimics in the room. This one seems more solid to the ground. There's no sort of space in between it and the floor, but there definitely is on those other two, and you can there's a difference effectively. But this just seems to be a solid piece of stone that is attached effectively to the floor.
Or are you able to move those statues at all?
I can try. If we are able to move them and combine them, it's probably the knight goes behind the other one. It would holding the other one would be my guess. So I'm gonna go for the knight first.
You're on the right track, I think, with the hands. Like
This is the hooded figure. The knight's on the other side.
Yeah.
Go walk around and grab that, or try to
Push and pull.
look at it first and
Or
see if
looking-
there's any weird things.
Yeah, make
and then-
make an investigation check for me, War.
Is there a button with some karate chop action, or?
I'm a turtle.
No other details other than what Valfine's pointed out, that it's sort of lifted off the floor. So
Okay.
just looking at it, only what I've told Valfine would be information prevalent to you that she would share.
Is the how much room is between like the hand, the palm, and the knight itself?
Yeah,
It says it's extended with his hand facing inward.
it's like this.
Okay.
Yep, it's
Oh, he's
extended
pointing
out.
at himself.
It's pointed inward.
Yeah.
Palm facing inward.
Palm facing inward. Yep.
And
So
then the hooded figure is pointing up.
the
with his
other
index finger.
portrays an armored male knight with its gauntlet, right hand extended, its palm inward towards the knight. So yeah, it's palm. I don't think it would be pointing.
Does the hand rotate?
Do you want to try and like feel it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Solid stone.
Okay. And then I'll try to like pull the whole thing a little bit.
You go to pull it. It's on there. It's fastened on there.
By the like plinth is what I was thinking.
By the plinth
Like, can I
itself?
slide the whole plinth?
Not moving.
No. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, you try to pull it to like slide it across the floor, and you immediately just feel a resistance that even after a few, it's not
Yeah.
moving.
Do we
Okay.
need to stand on the empty one? And gesture
And,
somehow? Because it looks like something goes there, but that is not.
Alexandria's going to walk over. And she's going to stand on the plinth.
All right, you step up onto the plinth.
All right, I face the direction the statues are facing.
Okay.
All right, I'm holding my left hand out and pointing with my index finger straight up. And with my right hand, I am holding it straight out in the similar fashion and turning the palm up towards my face.
Okay.
I'm mimicking the statues with both
Yep.
my hands.
Yep. Got it. You see Alexandria do this. As you step up and you make those symbols, there's probably a few seconds of silence and nothing happens.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, I take both hands. I make fists with those hands. I bend my arms so that they're at a 90-degree angle. I switch my wrists so that both of them are palms toward me. And then I extend my middle fingers.
You flip the bird to Victor, and he just looks over and goes, "Why?"
I will now sit on the plinth until something happens.
You sit down.
Or until somebody needs to use it for testing.
Interesting.
It was worth a shot.
Well, give it the old college try, for sure.
Perhaps there was some sort of phrase. I'll stand back up, reassume the position,
Yes.
and then say, "A Serac is a bitch."
Your words echo out. Berlin, yeah.
That doesn't sound like a good idea to me. Just saying, I don't think that's a great idea.
Sounds like a password to me.
You curse the name of the creator of this horrible place, and your words echo through the walls, and nothing happens. You know, there's no punishment, it would seem.
I then direct my attention towards the mold with the eyes that are obviously watching me,
Yep, they're all
and I
over.
give it an extremely exaggerated wink with a smile.
Okay, yeah. A few of them just blink. You can just see them.
Yeah, that one knows what this is about.
What?
I'm gonna look down here,
Okay.
looking for your trap.
Yeah, you see the passage continues on. I'm going to make an investigation check for him.
I like to think of war as
Or
my
perception.
rotating trap traps.
Too.
Yeah.
Perception would be 4 higher than that.
Okay, wow. Yeah, so, geez, high wisdom. You do not see any traps. You do see that the more mold just sort of builds up on either side of the wall, quite sort of close. You kind of squeeze into here, and then the passage just goes to the west before it turns quickly to the north.
I'm gonna check this corner.
Okay.
Brolin,
What?
There's another door.
so apparently there's another door down there.
Alright, what's up?
Can I ask you a question as you
What?
are leaving the room?
Yeah. What's on your mind?
You are a dwarf, yes? Your people
Last time-
are notorious for being stout.
Last time I checked, yeah, I guess. Why?
Would you consider yourself of a enduring constitution?
What do you want me to do?
How much would I have to pay you to sample the fungus?
Oh.
Can I use a nature check and identify?
Yeah, you can.
Eat the fungus.
Disregard the roll. You don't have to roll it. Nothing is natural about this fungus. It is utterly alien, and it disturbs you, Brolin, as you see these eyes peering up at you. There is flesh imbued with carbon, imbued with so many different alien-like, horrible, viscous materials. You almost can't tell if you're looking at sort of the veiny surface of a brain versus a horrible fungus that's curled around. At certain points, you feel like you see little insects moving inside and under the moldy flesh, and it's just it's the worst.
Oh.
A cubic centimeter.
Oh.
No, it's not natural, Val. Alexandria, it's gonna kill me.
Oh, don't
No,
break me
well-
to this.
Hence the enduring constitution prelude to this whole conversation.
War. When you headed down there and saw a door, Brolin did get caught first. If you could place yourself back where you were for me, just for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
The corridor ends in a large door with a round mirror set into its surface. You see your reflection looking back at you. 10 circular indentations, about the size of an inch across, surround the edge of the mirror.
The eyes.
Yeah. I think I found the eye door.
Hey, and don't we have 10?
We need 2 more.
I think we have 8.
Yeah.
Right? Because Whipplespark is carrying.
Yes, he has some too. So you guys should have 8.
What do you want to bet? There's 2 in that chest.
You're probably right.
I'm gonna bet you there's at least one.
Or they're behind that door up there that I couldn't manage to get open. Because we found the others hidden in a side room as well.
But seriously, though,
You tried to
Brolin,
open the north door?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I failed my check, but it's not like the other secret doors. There's no like slider handle in it. It's just like a flat thing of wood. So if you gotta chop the corner-
Slate stone.
Yeah.
So this is probably the
that is absolutely the barrel.
barrel.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you think the golem would throw someone in there?
Oof.
Maybe.
Or perhaps there's something in this room that funnels people.
Shoves you in there, yeah, or forces you to escape anyway.
She's going to stop that conversation abruptly and turn back to Brolin and say, "But seriously, though, you're not doing anything else."
Well, what do you want me to do? I'm not the trap guy.
No, we should catalog it. We need to investigate this thing. It's everywhere.
You just want me to suffer, apparently.
No, this is for science. Hopefully you don't have to suffer at all, but if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be you.
Roland's gonna go over here.
Fine. She's going to turn trap.
Yeah.
Consume. But she's not
It's
gonna,
next-
she is not going to point towards the one she winked at earlier. She has created a bond with them. It's going to be... Okay.
Before you do that, did we get the loot off this fucking zombie?
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah.
raised this guy, he was all blinked out. Did we find anything good?
You did.
Yeah.
A +1 Yokwa?
Oh,
good
holy
longsword,
shit! This
yeah.
guy was loaded.
Yeah, he had the +1 magical Yulqua, and the armor was just mundane.
And he did have one of the eyes, the red one.
Oh
True.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, continue. Go ahead.
So yeah, I'll tell him to consume some of the stuff there, and I'm going to observe him closely.
Okay, yeah, he immediately sort of steps up and digs his the bony skeleton hands of a dragonborn, probably once very, very sharp. Those claws still formed to the bone, just tear into the flesh of this fungus and rip it out and begin immediately. You want him to eat it or just to like cause it pain?
Just don't spoil your supper. Just the one bite.
All right, yeah, it rips it out and goes to put it in its mouth. And as it does, Alexandra, as you see it just to sort of go to open its mouth, you see one of the eyes, and it's your dark vision would make this a lot more visible, but it's interesting to see it from a perspective where there wouldn't be any light. Oh, there still would be light because of war. It doesn't matter. You see one of the eyes immediately just sort of pop out of the fungus and sort of extend its way out, and you can see sort of the tendrils of like the actual like eye veins like hanging off as it pours its way over, and you can see the eye pupil get smaller and smaller and smaller, and it's looking right at Trap, and I'm gonna have Trap do a thing here for me really quick.
What is this?
Okay,
Over.
this is interesting. Have him make a strength saving throw for me.
Oh, okay. Give me a second to pull up his sheet.
Okay. I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, Alexandria. As this beam shoots out from the eye, collides into the form of your skeleton, crashes into it, and it forces right forward, boom, into you. Make a strength saving throw for me.
Sure.
It's a weakness, isn't it?
Okay, 12 strength. It is too much force for you, and you are shoved back immediately, and you soar over the pit. And as you do, anyone with a passive perception over 15 will note, because Alexandria goes past the pit with the skeleton sort of rolling. It's a very quick moment. The minute she hits the pit, it boom and lets out this ripple of magic, like there's a hidden floor right around it. And she rolls right past it with the creature 30 feet. So right to the other side. Actually, no, it wouldn't even be passive perception, because you would hit this, oh no, you pound into this. This would be what you hit first. I didn't even think about that. Whatever, you roll over to the other side of it, over both sides. The skeleton goes one way, you go the other, and you are sort of just thrown out into the pit, and you are hovering over the top of it. And you can put yourself here. And you're laying on the ground. You just clattered to the ground. You were forced just out of the way by a huge, what felt like a telekinetic blast. And yeah, the eye back.
Any damage or?
Nope, just thrown around.
All right, I'll stand up and pat the dust off of my knees and.
Well,
Seemed like it was a dangerous thing to try to do.
Well, the idea was that I wasn't doing it. See, Brolin, this all could have been avoided.
I could have died.
Alexandra
well,
is standing
obviously,
over
you would
the
not
pit.
have been harmed, she says, motioning to her body.
More importantly, you are hovering.
Couldn't have known that.
Actually, no, I do not possess the ability to hover. This is a magical field of some sort. She stamps on it.
Toom,
You're-
toom, you see the ripples go across.
You are a worse, whatever, sociopath than me. All right, try to correct me like that.
What
You're a
about any of
socio-
what about any of my behavior has identified me to be a sociopath?
I don't know. In fact, you
Where
want
do where do I start?
I am merely correcting your statement. There's nothing sociopathic about that.
So on the edge of this, like where the stone ends, can I touch
Toom,
it?
toom,
that
toom,
spot?
toom. You see it You feel like you're touching a stone wall, but you see it ripple with each touch.
Victor.
Curious. Very, very curious.
You've dealt with these barriers before, right?
He looks and he says, I have.
I think I know what this is, but I don't have the ability to take care of it.
Yeah, he's kind of looking up and down, like curious, looking at you as well. Just says, I'd wondered when we might have to deal with something like this. Brolin. Never mind. Actually, no. I remember the situation clearly. I would not have would not be information that you have. Okay.
Is this Liamin's tiny cube?
It's a wall of force.
He says, I do not believe that Liam ever made something like that, but Valvin could be onto something. This
I
could
feel
definitely
like I've
be.
seen something like this before. I don't remember how we got rid of it, but I know what it is.
It is very powerful magic.
Go on.
He says, I am. Just give me a moment. I have to try and remember how I've dealt with this in the past. I need to actually see if Victor knows what to do here.
Is this thing...
If you guys are inquiring him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm merely asking if it is a spell. Are we aware of its effects? Is this entire space below me a solid force that can't be permeated, or is it just a shell?
I'm gonna have him make a quick check. If you're asking Victor versus relying on your own knowledge, I will have him make a roll.
Fuck it. I mean, if it's solid, I'll just get burst out of it.
Possibly.
Acererak has not taken kindly to going through floors and stuff.
Well, if I know a Acererak, this would actually just be a test of wits to surpass a challenge, less cheating a system.
I am guessing if you stand on the plinth and do the thing like you were doing, maybe it disables that.
Or setting the eyes.
Yeah, I think the eyes are for the next room, but I don't know. That could be.
Victor asks you to move, Alexandria. Yes, he says, could you just move for just a second? And he steps out to the edge. Thank you. There is one way to test. And he immediately begins to cast a spell, and you see him beginning to weave magic in between his fingertips. You see these strands form from his fingers, almost as a cat's cradle. What?
If you do this, are you going to suck our XP?
Just says, we'll find out. And he just continues
Somebody counterspell!
I counterspell your counterspell. He won't. But he goes through. He goes through and starts. It starts weaving this magic, and you see each of these strings from his fingertips begin to make wheels, and he pushes them forward at the completion of his spell, which he's using the slot, so it'll take the action. And both wheels hit the surface, and you see the ripples go out, and instead of sort of the bluish purple that was when you were just interacting with it, you see reds and oranges, a very sort of vicious attack, and the ripples vibrate. As they do, you can see him sort of struggling just for a moment, and then he just releases, letting back as if he knows something that you guys don't quite yet, and he both of the wheels shatter, and he says, no, that is definitely a wall of force. I can tell you how they work if you are interested, though I've not wielded the magic myself. I am aware of its capabilities.
What are we dealing with?
It is an invisible wall of force. It springs into existence at a point that you choose within range. It's like I'm reading from the player's manual. He throws it to the side. The wall appears in any orientation that you choose, as a horizontal or vertical barrier or at an angle. It can be free-floating or resting on a solid surface. You can form it into a hemispherical dome or a sphere with a radius up to 10 feet. Or you can shape a flat surface made of up to 10 foot by 10 foot panels. And he's just like going on. It's like, come on. And he's like, all right. Each panel must be contiguous with another panel. Okay, never mind. Let's just go to the important stuff. Nothing can physically pass through the wall. It is immune to all damage, cannot be dispelled by dispel magic, as it's proven here. Only a very rare and powerful spell could break it. A disintegrate spell. The wall also extends into the ethereal plane, blocking ethereal travel as well, so teleportation is off the table.
You know, that's the first time I ever saw a wizard explain something that made sense. Why can't you be more like him?
Well, thank you.
Coincidentally, Brolin, she says, leaning over the side of the statue so she can speak to him directly, it also happens to be the first time you listen.
She has a point.
Possibly true. But he goes, yes,
Well,
it's a bit of a conundrum.
are we able to fight that thing now? Alexandria, you seemed like you had some knowledge of it.
Well, before any other attempts should be made, I am curious if perhaps mimicking the hand signs upon the empty plinth would make the wall of force dissipate.
Right.
Since it's invisible, we would not have been aware of it before.
Yeah, Victor shrugs, doesn't think it would surprise him.
That's why I was asking.
Yes, I do think your idea is the way to go before we do anything else. So, one of you going to do it, or should I?
I'll step up there, mimic the left hand of the cloaked one and the right hand of the night one.
Yep.
And
I put my foot on the space.
Bong! It retains.
What is going on?
Don't forget the next part. She playfully mimics the flipping of the bird.
should I try this?
Try this is awfully vague.
If this works, I might be down there alone with.
What are you
Still
going?
incredibly vague.
I'm thinking maybe since I'm on the thing doing the signs, maybe it's straight from here if I jumped in.
Well, one could assume that if another were to mimic the same motions, they too would be able to go inside.
Potentially. From
But-
that same spot.
If I'm being frank, I would be more concerned for the golem than for you.
You said it extends into the ethereal plane,
Yes.
and nothing physical can pass through it. Does a mage hand count as a physical hand?
He would, oh, are you asking Victor, or are you just thinking?
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He says, unfortunately, I don't think anything is going to be able to make its way through. You can attempt, but I do not believe a magical effect is going to manifest itself on the other side. It is something you can see, but there is technically, and by all arcane law, no true passage.
Well, that's the curiosity, isn't it? The mage hand, do you have to summon it next to your person, or is it a spot you can see?
It is a spot that
can-
you can see, but it's the fact that the wall itself functions in a manner where, even though you can see through it, the magic itself, it will cancel. It's like a law. Effectively, the wall is blocking all points moving through, in any way. A magic has to come from a sender. The weave makes its way through, and if it cannot pass through even the ethereal plane, there is no contact.
Mm.
A disintegrate
already-
spell would be the solving factor here.
Is there something in this room that has a disintegrate spell to it?
I hope not.
Listen, all this talk of death and violence just makes me want to remember that war. You just got into a fight. I healed you.
Go take a nap.
Whiffle Spark is out of commission, and I won't be able to heal you if something happens. Maybe we should all sit down, take a nap.
Go take a nap.
Mm.
It's an awfully quiet room down the stairwell.
Are you gonna not are you not gonna do anything for 8 hours?
Well, you won't.
All right. So what's gonna happen is there's gonna be an explosion, and you're gonna fall or get hurt, and you're gonna be Brolin. I need a berry, and now I'm not gonna be here to give you that berry
Yes.
or give you that look that you love so much.
You're right. I'll have to rely on the infinitely more effective ways to preserve my life.
Oh, so you mean waiting for me to regain my spells?
No, what I'm implying is that you're useless. And that employing your abilities is just, well, to be frank, to help you feel important.
All right. Well, next time I'm not gonna heal you.
Remind me not to get on the bad side of Alexandria.
Delphine's just gonna kind of lean on War and wait.
War,
You would
I
notice
do
Brolin is
believe
Into this pit.
You would
You jump into this pit, War?
No, I'm so tempted to jump into this
Oh.
pit.
yes, I do believe you were doing a pit jumping war.
Brolin is far less upset than he would normally be at Alexandria. It is noted at that. He is not.
Yeah, he
He's
keeps
at-
a calm disposition.
He's actually almost indifferent to Alexandria.
All right.
That's great. I do not make note of it because I never make note of Brolin.
Yes, Alexandria. I just imagine just the arms fold at all times.
Well, do you think it unlocks only for you, War, when you mimic the statues?
Like, the only thing that I have to try is mimic the statues and then hop off of this plinth and into the pit.
Want to give it a try? You can do anything. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, but there's consequences.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I said, there are consequences for the golem.
The last golem that we fought had 4 attacks and almost killed me.
Shushwar, I'm speaking for you.
So do we want to rest or do we want to try this?
Before you go jumping into this pit,
Hmm.
if I look down there, I'm concerned some slats are going to open and the area is going to fill with gas and you're just going to die. So, is there some kind of... Can I look down there? Do I see traps in the pit? Because I know
Yeah.
Can I see in the pit?
Yeah, make a check into the pit.
Is it like lined with 1-inch holes at the floor? Like,
Or, it fills up with lava. It's like glass in Minecraft where lava
Oof.
will go through it.
Yeah.
Or
that would actually be a particularly evil way to watch one of your partners die, like on the other side of the wall, of course.
yeah, and you're just... No, that would suck a lot.
The pit itself doesn't seem to hold anything of that nature. Your paranoid mind scans the walls best it can, and though it does have those motifs and stuff, you don't see like the tall tale signs of any patterns or anything that that screams at you that lava or gas or something else is going to pour into the pit. Though you are a knowledgeable individual and you've gone through many of these traps before, you know that further investigation because this is a general look at the pit. The golem or the chest could easily potentially have their own problems, but you would have to be interacting with them, you think, or closer to them to see any kind of intricacies. The pit itself is safe.
It is my job to be paranoid. It's all you, War. Whatever you want to try. Other than that, my bet is on the mirror. Or...
We don't have all the orbs for that.
That's true, or whatever our friend over there is pointing at. She motions to the statue that's got his left index finger up to the ceiling.
Yeah, I could go try to check out the ceiling.
I believe
Before
both
the
are
pit.
with a right hand. It's worth noting. Oh no, it is left. It's left and right. Okay.
Left index, yep.
Yep. Yep.
I thought right the gods was going to be some like pun, like right hand, but we've tried quite a few things, so yeah, it's up to you. You can either try to jump the pit, or I saw some markings on the ceiling, but I don't think it's anything.
They're
consequential.
bland. No.
Yeah. just finery.
So what you doing, War? Sounds like it's hinging on you here.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Try it.
You make the same
Yeah.
symbols. You jump off the plinth. Boom. And you do not fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured that was a little bit of a stretch. Would have been nice to see you go in, though.
All right. Time to go check out the ceiling. Go just start walking straight up the wall.
Yeah. You can do a thorough survey of the ceiling above, and there's nothing of note.
Can I investigate the statue I'm by?
You may.
All right. I'm gonna switch systems really quick and take 20 since we have tons of time.
Yeah.
What's your passive? That's what that passive's for.
No, I just don't know.
Oh. As War is investigating the top ceiling, Alexandria, you are looking at the intricacies of this statue. You note, as others had before, that it is not quite touching the floor, and you put your head down on the floor to look into that crack, and you see mechanisms. You see gears. You see something more to the statue than meets the eye. When you lift your head, you put both hands on the statue, and you turn it to the left, and nothing happens. You turn it to the right, and it clicks once.
What's that word?
Yeah, we were going about it the wrong way, pushing and pulling. We should be turning them.
Oof. Okay, coming back down from the ceiling.
All right.
However, it wouldn't turn left.
Right.
It wouldn't turn left, and you got it to move a little bit right, and when you let go, it began to slowly and just set back into motion. You only probably pulled it a little bit in your careful investigation.
So
I wonder if it's a timer.
two of us need to pull, or we can hold while you test the barrier.
Well, let's have them face each other first. Berlin,
Yeah.
would you care to help?
I believe they are facing each other already, correct?
Sure.
Yep, they are facing
I
each other.
don't remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
they are
not
facing.
each other.
They are already facing each other.
Let's have them turn away from each other then.
Or at least
See
to
if
the
I can
right.
turn this one and see if it turns any specific direction either.
Yeah, won't turn left, but does turn right.
Oh, they both turn to the right.
All right,
Yeah.
let's turn them till they're facing east. See what happens.
Yeah, right would be a different direction for both, which is interesting. They would be looking different directions, one to the south, one to the north, if I'm correct. So if this one turns to the right, it would face that way, and this one would face that way.
Perhaps I will just turn mine so they are both facing right, just for the sake of entertainment.
Can I, before you guys do that, I'm gonna
Do they stop at 90 degrees?
stand over here.
You're not sure. You guys haven't started pulling them.
Okay.
Yeah, unless Alexander, you're trying to get it to go all the way around, so it's facing like the same direction, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to rotate him 180 degrees so that it's facing Valfine.
Okay, absolutely. And Victor's helping you, and Brolin and War are doing the other one. You guys are turning these together as a team.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, they turn easily enough, and as they turn, and they only get so far. This one only gets so far, Alexandria, as to face the wall to the north, and this one, War and Brolin only gets so far as to face the south, and they both click into place about the same time. And you hear two things: you hear a pop sound echo through the room, and it almost deafens you in the moment. And then you see forming within the space where it was once empty, now the shadow of a great creature stands there. The clay golem is no longer in the pit. It is up above, and it immediately turns down and immediately lets out this horrible, like, rocky roar in the room. I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh boy.
It just
Things couldn't
teleported up here?
teleport through it.
It
Yeah,
is
what the
now
fuck, bro?
on the plinth.
That's cheating. He's cheating.
Of course it was.
Let's roll initiative.
Oh, holy shit! You rolled me.
There we go. Some battle music going. All right. If you have any extras, get those out, just so that we have them. So I think we have a skeleton boy at the very least. They go around where you go. Okay. Let's get this started. Do we need to take a break before we begin?
Might be good.
Let's do a 5-minute break. We will be right back.
Cool.
Let's get into it. Here we go. Let me
Oh, whoops!
set this up.
Hold on. I forgot to roll initiative.
Oh, no, you got a 9.
Huh? No, I forgot.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Same.
No, get out of here. Get out of here.
No,
nerds.
that must have been the last time I rolled
For-
initiative.
For future
I
reference,
see it right here.
There we
can
go.
you use inspiration on an initiative roll?
There it is.
There it is.
What?
I would allow
Roll
it.
changed my initiative. He's trying to sabotage me.
So as this thing immediately appears in the room, you hear that pop, and then you guys immediately look over and you see this huge clay creature standing 8 feet tall. Brolin, what do you do? It is immediately let out a horrible roar, and it looks filled with vicious intent, a rage, and you can only imagine its next moves are going to be to hurt the nearest people to him.
So the battle music isn't playing.
I do have it playing right now. Does everybody hear it? Or no, you might have to turn it up.
It's playing. It's 000
Ooh, you might have to restart. Do you guys hear it or no?
I do.
Okay.
I'm
Mine's
refreshing.
been
Yeah, mine's
broken,
doing
so I
fine.
mean,
Let me see.
that's for me. But
Oh, I hear it. Yeah.
It's fairly low.
I mean, now it is playing.
Perfect.
I think before it was just broken.
It's roll 20. It's okay. Jukebox has always been kind of rough. Yeah, what would you like to do on your turn, Brolin? This thing is very dangerous.
I'm going to cast an oldie but a goodie.
Ooh, Grasping weeds. Okay, yeah. It needs to make a strength DC or be entangled, so it has a chance of being restrained. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Spell save is a 15.
15. An 8 is not going to be enough, as those entanglements cover over him, immediately sort of ripping him down on either side.
Yeah, I imagine they because we're so deep underground, they shoot out of Brolin's hands.
I love it. Yeah, it's completely bound back.
His tattoos glow and shoot out. And
Oh!
it's almost, I imagine.
I forgot. I'm sorry. Ooh, he has magic resistance. I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
shit.
He has advantage on saving throws. So they describe it to me though. You throw it out, and he immediately wrap those vines around his arms. And as you do, describe to me like how he's able to like get away from him and like what happens to you in that
Oh,
exchange.
he just like he's constrained for a minute, but he just rips.
Yeah, he immediately tears them away. You see like the arcane like weave snapping between your spell.
He's got magic resistance? Jeez.
So it is difficult terrain in the 20.
It is difficult terrain. Is a 20-foot thing. Yeah, where's
20-foot square.
20-foot square. So that is very important. Where is the square? And that's your is that your concentration? It is up to a minute. So you can let it go immediately if you don't want it to be there, or you can leave it, Brolin. Where did you want it? Here or over here?
I'll just leave it there. It's not hostile, I don't think.
On you or here? It
is difficult terrain for everyone.
Difficult terrain for everyone.
Yeah.
You can choose to just, as a free action, let your concentration go if you don't want that.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, yep. So yeah, you immediately see him break away and you cancel the vines. They dissipate.
That thing is strong. You gotta get out of there.
Movement and bonus available to you if you have a bonus.
Ooh, what is the Moa staff requires an action, right?
Yep, yeah, you have the stats for that, so I rely on you to read it and understand it. If it has a bonus on there for you.
Okay.
It should be action, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's action. Okay. No. I got nothing.
Do you want to be placed anywhere differently, or are you happy on this side of the statue?
I don't. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna try to move the statue. Maybe we can shut it off.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll begin. I know it's gonna take an action, but I begin trying to move the statue.
Okay. You begin trying to move the statue. Okay, excellent. I love it. I have to add an initiative here, which is statue reset, and I think we'll do this as like a free action. You immediately try to interact with the statue to move it, and it's slowly ticking back into place, but you can't. It's not moving. Like it's
forcing the egg timer.
It's like forcing back a thing.
Yeah, time attack
Yep.
challenge.
After 2 rounds, full 12 seconds, they will come back to their own. I have a marker on here, so it is slowly going.
We need to kill him and loot him before he goes back, and we potentially lose the ability to get it at all.
Valfine, it's your turn.
I'm gonna draw my bow.
Hey, you have an
Advantage.
advantage because
Pull
he's
back.
sharing a spot with me.
I don't know if you get the actual advantage, but you will get sneak attack. You might have an
That's
ability to. Oh yeah, sneak attack. So
Well, I
Do you
don't
have a
get
power?
advantage, but it's because
Of
it's engaged
adjacent.
with
absolutely. So you get the sneak attack.
I wish I had advantage. That'd be awesome.
Do you have don't you have a item that gives you advantage or no?
I have to set it up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
first. I have to hide.
I'm an idiot for writing it that way. All right, keep going.
Yeah, I love this bow because it's a +1 to hit, but my god, dude, like I have to duck down. I have to like use my action to set up for it, and then it's
Be worth it though. Be worth it when you do.
It someday.
All right, yeah. What do? You whip the thing out. You go to fire against it, and the arrow strikes against the clay, which just seems hard enough to have it ricochet, and it flies clattering to the wall behind it. And yeah, it didn't make any impact. It didn't go in. Your shot fired off quick, and it's solid clay.
Well, that sucks. I'm gonna move over here to the corner of the room
Okay.
and just start knocking another arrow real quick.
Is Victor a part of this, guys? I need to ask that. Yes or no?
I'd say yeah.
I have a 1 vote for yes.
We want to get this done as fast as possible. I vote yes. But
2 votes
what?
for yes.
I don't want to risk it resetting, so I'm fine with Victor.
Okay, Victor is going to be in here.
Missing a Wiffle Sparks, maybe.
Yep. So
Yeah,
we'll do a public roll. He's going to be going at 7, so he's going to be at the end.
Can we have Wiffle Spark on just auto attack?
No. And you move there, and that's the end of your turn, Valfine?
Yeah. She's crouching down, ready to go for her next round.
It's a good thing this zombie that is right next to me is so much more intimidating and distracting than I am.
It has a +1 yoke.
It's wearing the
it does.
it's wearing the Ultrarock boots. I might have just damned myself to get hit with that one, but I accept it.
I have to read something really quick. I just want to know how this works.
All I see is the little tail.
Because it'll kind of depict it.
Walking around my desk. There she go.
It's her
Okay.
desk, you know that.
I hate this thing. That's okay. I'm glad you have that skeleton near you, Alexander, since it's going to immediately attack the first thing it sees. And between you and the skeleton, I will roll to see which one it sees first, because its first action, it's going to cast an ability on itself. Not really cast, but it's going to use an ability on itself. It immediately turns, and it turns with a speed that is kind of unnatural for a creature this size, Alexandria, as it immediately shifts over and begins to lunge in your direction. If it's a 1, it'll attack you. If it's a 2, it'll attack the skeleton. It's attacking the skeleton. All right.
Yeah. This fucker's got haste or something, I'm sure.
Trap's gonna look at me and then extend a bony thumb.
21 to hit for 7 points of damage, and it needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right, he's on it. I believe in you, Trap.
I'll apply the damage for you. Make it easy.
Constitution. You said it was Constitution saving throw?
Constitution saving throw, or have
Cool.
his hit point maximum. His hit point maximum is permanently reduced by that amount. So I'm going to put him at 12.
By 11? Oh no, by 7.
By
Okay.
7.
Oh, man.
Reduction lasts until removed by greater restoration of their magic, so it's fairly permanent. So immediately he slams. I think he just like drives the skeleton of this once dragonborn defender of the Company of the Yellow Banner, already died once, is having to suffer through death yet again in this tomb as it slams into the wall, almost grasping its entirety with its arm and hulking it into the stone of the wall. And it moved with quite a bit of speed there. So I believe that is going to be its turn.
Okay.
And that'll go to Alexandria.
Okay. So she's going to hold out her hand as if expecting to grab something, and we're going to see the shadows at her feet raise up to meet it, coalescing into a solid object, a staff that she will grip. And then she's going to take it with both hands, with the edge of that staff glowing with a purple light, and she is going to smack the golem.
Okay. Absolutely.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Hell yeah. I'll steal it from you really quick.
All right.
Oh!
You didn't even need it, but give it to me anyway.
Yep, it's yours. Let it go.
Is that like a double crit?
That
It is.
hits. It's not a crit quite yet, but whoo boy, did it hit.
I'm going to spend 3 charges.
Okay.
So it is going to do...
What the staff?
And then... 13 additional damage as she cracks it with a concussive.
Yeah.
That sounds more like a dubstep gun that goes like...
and then mark those. You expended some things on it, some charges.
Yes,
mark
3
those.
charges.
It immediately slams into it. You see chunks of the clay go clattering across the invisible force field that it's standing on top of, and it just sort of turns back, and you can see the damage that has retained from this mighty hit, and it knows its foe. Indeed, in you.
Take the drops, bro.
That's your action. I want to ask you a whisper question really quick, and then you just tell me no. I just want to know, but I don't want to give this away if it's something else. I was about to whisper your horse again, because I keep on typing in Alexandria's.
She represents me. Feel
Okay,
free
yeah.
to
That makes it easier.
Yep.
I just need to know. I just need to know. You tell me. Do you see it? Did it go to you?
Yes. Yeah.
You said yes?
Yes and yes.
As you see Alexandria go to rip this thing across it, passive perceptions, I would say above 15 in this situation, would immediately notice Alexandria's jacked. She has some arms on her. Like, she's pulling out Olympic, she just throws it through. Though that it's not, like, gigantic and huge, but, like, completely toned. As she slams this thing across with a force that definitely doesn't fit her size at all. And it's impactful. It's like as if war struck this thing.
So speaking of striking it, the additional damage is force. Was there?
Let me take a peek because that is. Let me see. Nothing extra. Nothing extra.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I wanted to know if there was anything going on. No.
So yeah, she's gonna slam the staff back down on the ground. Ripples of that purple energy, kind of rippling across the floor in the wake of that little. And when he turns his full attention to her, she's gonna smile, salute with 2 fingers, and I'm going to dash out of here.
All right, he's gonna make an opportunity attack.
Nope.
Why not?
Not. I'm using
Bonus action spell, Misty Step.
Yep.
Okay.
Misty Step.
Go ahead and spend that spell slot, and then put yourself 30 feet within range you can see.
I'm getting the
Not
fuck
about to
out of
take
here.
that, are you? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna bamf like a motherfucker.
All right.
15, 20, 25.
I was worried about that.
Yeah,
He
5.
turns over and you're just like, pew.
Our diagonals. 5.
Diagonals are fine. Yep, diagonals are 5 every time. We're using standard rules for that.
Okay.
Thank God.
5.
Those diagonals are rough. Makes
That
movement
stupid
so much
diagonal
tougher.
rule, man. Yeah, it's like,
It
come
makes
on.
it tough. All right, yeah, you
I
immediately,
get it, but-
and you're right behind Brolin. End of turn. No more movement.
Yeah, that's it.
War.
Bonus action rage.
Okay.
Step into here.
Go ahead and mark your token with rage, so I know you have it. It's the fire one.
Oh, that's burn.
There's one that's like
Green
I'm
one.
angry. Yeah, green. It's got to be green. That's how you know it's a buff.
There we go. Okay. Raging.
Super Saiyan.
We've been using my axe for light, so I'm assuming that's on.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I have it on
I
your
am
token.
going to reckless attack.
Okay.
For 15.
15. You go to attack and it immediately grabs the strike. You're unable to get through. The clay meets metal and does not pierce. It's moving so quick.
Where is the... There's a reckless one we had too? Sorry, for the debuff.
Debuff. Like what? What do you mean?
For reckless attack, because he gets advantage on me now.
He'll get advantage on you now, yeah.
Right. Alright, I'm gonna just do second attack. Advantage. 25.
That one will make it through. You rip your blade away and you go to strike it again. It says an axe. You have an axe, right?
Yeah, I clicked the
still
wrong
yes.
one.
Oh, flame off.
Yeah. I clicked the flame off one instead of the flame on one. So that is... It's the same, like, hit bonus. It would just... This.
Alright, tell me full damage. What's our total?
29? Is that right?
Ooh,
19.
19. Yeah, I was off.
it's 19.
My bad.
big difference.
That's 10.
Yeah, that is a big. That is a big. Yeah.
Yeah, you immediately you cut in, and the blade carves its way through clay, and you're able to take some away, and it's a similar impact to Alexandria's.
7 of that is fire, if it matters
Doesn't
for
rival.
the magic resist thing.
It doesn't have to make a save on the fire, does it?
Correct.
Okay, then no. Let me just take a peek here. Okay, yeah, it's all good. You're good.
Okay.
All the damage makes sense.
I am going to action search
Okay,
Ooh.
and hit it 2 more times.
go for it.
And
It just crushes that one out of the way.
and
That one
23.
will impact.
Righty.
Boy.
So 16 more damage.
16 points of damage. All right. Yeah, you are carving into it, doing equal to, if not a bit more damage than Alexandra is able to get with her 1 strike and your 2. 2 of yours did unfortunately get caught. It is a back and forth with this creature. Okay, yeah, it is still not quite bloodied. So that is your action surge. You still have movement. Use your bonus. Staying where you are.
Staying where I am.
Victor's turn. It says,
Before
yes.
Victor goes,
yes.
feel free to say no. It's been a long time since I've had
go ahead.
zombies to fight with. I forgot to have him attack.
Have him go now.
Okay. I know usually it's a bonus action to command them, but he did get hit, so he could self-defense. Is that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he got hit. His default is defending you, and you're under this thing is scary. So
Okay. He's probably going to miss anyway. But...
no, he did not miss,
Oh. Okay.
and he gets a +1 to the attack, so it'd be a 22, and he'll get +1 to the damage. Whew.
So
Okay.
that's 7 damage, and it is with a magical weapon, if that helps. Or
It
makes
does. He just carves his blade into the back of this thing, and the clay golem is reminded of its surrounded situation. As that's man, skeleton trap got huge. Yeah, that is an effective slice. It drives that magical blade into the back of its flesh. On Victor's turn, he's gonna pull up his sleeves. I think because he never really. He's like, I never really get help in this kind of situation. I'm usually watching for other trouble. Let's see what I can do. And he, yeah, what is my boy gonna do here? What has he got? I don't think he'll go ham. Most of his going ham would be really bad for everybody. So I think he's going to keep it under control, but he's going to put it at a bit of a higher level. And I think he immediately just does the sort of circle rune thing in front of him, and you see almost this like rune portal open in front of him, and arrows fly through like a volley. He's going to cast Magic Missile at 5th level.
At 8th level.
At 5th level.
How many magic missiles would be 8th level?
A lot.
A lot.
So we're going to do a public roll. Oh, why did it do it like that? It's supposed to ask me how to Magic Missile curse you. It's supposed to ask me what level I want to cast it at, you know? Why not?
8d4 plus 8, right?
Yeah, I'll just add it. So that'll be... So that's 3.
Or is it more than that?
Josh,
That'll be 1d4, so it'll be plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So roll 1d... Go ahead, go. 60...
Josh, he said like the magical circles with all the magic missiles coming out of them. Please tell me you thought of Gilgamesh from Fate. Okay, because that's all I could see. It's so fun.
Oh, shit, what? Fuck, I forget what his phantasm is called now. But yeah,
I
it's
totally
the
forget.
Gates of Babylon. That's what it is.
Oh
Fucking
my
opens
God.
the Gates of Babylon.
Yeah.
I'm throwing it into the chat for people to look at so they get it.
I
Perfect.
love it so much.
The clay golem is bloodied by this strike as those they just go into all of its body. You see them pierce in and almost disappear, causing ripples. Pieces of clay fall apart in this barrage of magical damage. And Victor is going to immediately, not wanting in a little bit less of an epic situation, says, always best to be well defended, and he steps through here. into the small corridor, or it would be enclosed. And these statues are halfway back to their turning point. Brolin, it's your turn.
I got nothing. I got something, I guess. And Brolin is going to cast Produce Flame.
Okay.
This is a +6.
All right, swing away. It just hits. The flames catch. Go ahead and do damage.
Found the sweet spot. Yeah.
It's actually 2d8, I think.
It will be. Yep. So add one more to it. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, immediately its shoulders light in flame. Just like moving around, shifting, trying to get the flames off of it. Anything else you want to do in your turn, Brolin, as you just immediately inflame this entire thing?
Brolin will move over here.
Okay, getting closer to back up War. Anything else on the turn, or is that everything? I know that you're very expended.
That's it.
Yeah, tired from the long day. Valfing.
I'm gonna scoot 5, 10, 15, 20 RTR, and send another arrow.
Okay.
With sneak attack.
Fire away. That hits.
20. Oh.
How much damage do we got there?
21.
21. Yeah, you let out that single bolt that just immediately fires into the flesh, catches a ton of clay, and it splats on the wall on the other side, and you see the impact zone has almost cracked open an area. On top of the flames, the previous strikes, Victor's barrage, its gut is weakening, and with that strike you see more of its pieces fall. It is barely holding together.
Got this. We can do it. Come on.
Nothing else on your turn?
5 more. Just bonus action. No, mine's all like hiding shit. So
Not entirely sure you want to be in this corner, but I appreciate it.
it's all right. I'm here for you, Pat. End the turn.
All right. It is its turn, and it will move with speed, not away from either War or Brolin, but right here, on top, off of the plinth, effectively, and on top of the magical surface. It is immediately going to let loose a flurry of slams in its hasted state, and it is going to do 2 to War and 1 to Brolin. So first one on to War. 25 for 18 bludgeoning damage down to 9.
That will hit.
Make
I
a
do
Constitution saving throw.
have resist. So you said down to 9.
Yep.
You already have. Okay.
Already down at 18 to 9. And then make a con
get a
save
free
for me,
haste
or
roll.
that is permanent. It is permanent. Please reduce your total HP by 9.
I take 9 damage and reduce it.
And you take it, so just take your total HP and just put it down. Is all you yeah, it's on top of that, I believe.
Well,
So
you reduce your current as well, right?
Yep. So have its hit point maximum reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken. So not only do you take the damage, you take the reduction as well, which your skeleton would have suffered as well. So we'll say your skeleton crumbles next turn, because I forgot it would take the damage and then it would totally reduce. So it should be at 0.
It wouldn't
It
reduce
wouldn't?
the current amount anymore.
Yeah,
Are
it
you
was just
sure?
the max
So
health
it-
reduced by 7.
It says it must succeed on a DC. So it takes the damage, and then it says, because I'm reading it different, let me make sure. It must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or have its hit point maximum reduced by an amount equal to the damage taken.
Right, so the
Right.
maximum, so his 12 maximum would be reduced by 7, which would bring his max to 5, where he currently is anyway.
And then he would take.
No.
You don't think it doubles up?
He takes 7,
Yeah.
and then it's his maximum.
Yeah,
HP.
you're right. The maximum gets affected, not your total. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I get confused by that sometimes.
all good.
I was like, that's devastating. This is much worse than I thought. Okay, cool. Lower my DM excitement at high damage. That is the first strike on War. You made your reduction permanent for the time. It'll take a second slam on you, War. And it's still first number, 24. So 16 down
Still hitting.
to that'd be 8, so another
8
permanent 8. And then oh wait, Constitution save. It's not permanent yet.
Save every time, please.
15.
That makes it. Just makes it.
Oh, hold on.
What's
Do
up?
I have? No, it's strength saving.
Yeah, it's just and then the last one will go to Brolin. Yeah, that's devastating if that's a fucking permanent reduction. All right, slam to
Greater
Brolin.
restoration. Yeah, fix that.
20 on you, Brolin.
19 damage.
19.
Reduced by 10
Reduced by 10, so a total of
and halved
9.
again
Oh, why? Oh, why halved again?
because he's ancestral protected.
Oh, you didn't
So
tell
he-
me he was ancestral protector.
Oh,
I did.
I don't.
but,
I don't remember you saying it.
Yeah. So
I thought you couldn't
has
use it.
resistance to his damage
I thought you couldn't use it.
as well.
Did anybody else hear him say ancestral protector? I don't remember.
I was reading, but he ancestral protectors like it's nobody's.
I
business.
know. I just didn't know if it needed to be used in a different way. I wanted to
No,
catch him.
it's just on the first time I hit something,
good.
it automatically does that.
4 points of damage, Brolin, since it got reduced and reduced again. And go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, so it's not a permanent 4.
Okay, I'm going to give you my inspiration.
Okay, I'll take it. Steal.
Let it go.
Roll with advantage. You get 15. Oh, you're good.
yeah, buddy.
Fuck that. It really says
Every time.
greater restoration or other magic. Do we have greater restoration in the party?
No.
Your boy Brolin does.
Brolin does.
Yeah,
Oh,
bro.
he-
We're okay. Yeah, he has divine
He's
spells
used
he
it.
can switch out.
Yeah,
You've used it once.
He used it on me before.
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
We're
Like I
okay.
said, I
No,
pay no
no.
mention to Brolin.
I used lesser restoration on you.
Oh,
but,
lesser.
But you have
Brolin-
access to greater.
But Brolin's gone through some shit, and Brolin couldn't use greater restoration soon.
It is Alexandria's turn. The creature is no longer hasted.
Awesome.
The end of its turn.
Does that mean stunned?
No, it doesn't work the same way.
What?
It's an innate ability for haste.
Right,
What a
right.
bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. She's gonna step forward.
Okay, it's falling apart. It's weakening. One good strike, you think it'd put it down.
Yeah, she steps around Valfine, gripping the staff with both hands, and then, as it begins to glow with that ephemeral dark energy, she brings it down for an attack.
Let's see. Go for a strike. That hits.
Okay, so she's gonna spend 3 charges again,
Okay.
and
How do you want to do this? And go ahead and mark those charges.
yeah, she'll step up and she will jump up on the plinth of the statue to get more height, jump into the air, and then bring it down with both hands on top of its head. And you'll see just one fracture of purple energy rip right through it from the head down to its groin. It splits it in half, and in an explosion similar to those eyeballs sending across the room. Just
Yeah.
chunks flying everywhere.
Those chunks scatter all over, bouncing across that mystical field, and the golem is no more. The key, ping, ting, 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 and its chained necklace fall on the ground and are just sitting atop the mystical field with the rest of the chunks of clay that have been thoroughly destroyed by our party. Fuck yeah.
Whoa.
Well done.
And the
How
statues.
did you do that?
She lets go of the staff, and it evaporates into the air and dusts some of the chunks off of her robe. Do what?
The attacks you were just doing.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I don't know. It's I just decided to stop
What's
casting
going?
spells for a little bit, I suppose.
Or I'll lean over and grab the key.
Okay, you grab the key. Alexandria, as you're staying there after Work questions you, you hear a voice inside of your head. Yes! Give me more! That's echoes.
She tilts her head to the side as if she's suffering from a migraine, and she said, "The echo wasn't necessary.
What echo?
The voices get a little loud sometimes.
Now you're hearing voices in your head.
But who isn't?" She will say
Me?
with frustration. It's like, well, welcome to a very exclusive club.
Plan to keep it that way as long as I can.
Oh, here, you want a voice? She's gonna dig into her backpack and she's gonna hold out Kubazan's relic with one hand, holding a handkerchief around it. She says, "Here, you want a voice? They're free."
I'll pass, thanks.
Kubazan's the one you are currently. That's your.
Oh, it was
Ubalaka.
Yeah, Ubalaka,
Yep,
thank
yep,
you.
yep.
Well, we got the key. How do we get down there now? Is the field still holding up chunks?
Yeah, it is.
Are the statues still moving?
They reset just as the fight ended. Around the same time, those chunks flew to the ground.
Can Valfine tap her boot on the wall force?
Tum tum tum. Yep, it definitely still there. Chunks.
Question.
What's up?
Oh, I know. Hey, Brolin,
What?
you want to put on the necklace?
I can't.
Why?
I'm already attuned to 3 magical items.
I don't think you'll need to attune to it specifically.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to attune to that.
Well, you want to know a good way to find out? Stop saying stupid shit. Put on the necklace.
Victor, you gotta take one for the team. Can you at least identify the necklace?
Sure. Yeah, he'll step up. Tung 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 tung. And go to war. He's just sort of carefully avoiding the clay. The key?
He'll hold it up to him.
Yep. He'll grab it in his hand. He'll expend a spell slot for this, I believe.
Sweet.
No, he will not. Has he cast it? No, I don't know if he's cast it before. Has
I
he?
thought you did once.
Alexandria will sigh and hold
It's
out
not
a hand.
here. It's not. It's not here.
He's
Well-
done dispel magic.
He's done dispel magic
Oh, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking. Is
and
okay,
detect
okay.
magic. I think. Is
Well,
what-
Alexandria has a ritual anyway, so it's like...
He goes. He steps up and he goes. Wait, what do you want me to do? No, I don't know. I
Identify
don't know how to do that.
identify.
I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to.
I did not learn that spell, unfortunately. Perhaps somebody more skilled. And he sort of bows towards Alexandria.
Oh,
Alright, Alex.
armor.
You want to identify this real quick?
Yep. She'll hold out a hand.
Yeah, you want to cast a slot or do a ritual?
Well, some people who will go unnamed really want to take a rest. Do we want to take a rest? Because then I'll just do the ritual. If we don't, I will use a spell.
Wouldn't say no.
I mean, a short rest isn't going to help me all that much.
Well, I meant like a long rest. I would just do it as part of the long rest.
Did you already use your second wind?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, spell slot or ritual?
I was just kind of waiting on the group vote there.
Yeah, what do we think, guys? Are we doing rest after this?
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
I mean, I'm cool either way.
Hunker down, find a place to stay
Use
after
more
this. Yeah.
HP.
The problem is this room gets reset.
You've
If
gone
we
into
try-
at least one other chamber before that you know is safe. At
I'll
least
cast
two,
spell
actually.
slot.
Oh wait. Well. crap.
Oh wait, I don't have it memorized. It does need to be a ritual.
Oh, okay. It'll have to be a ritual regardless. That's fine. Yeah, 10 minutes would expire fairly quickly during the party's
the-
recovery time.
Give me the deets.
The deeps are that this key is meant to open a single lock. The arcane sort of magic around it immediately giving you the knowledge and the picture of the floor just below your feet in the pinpoint of your mind. You know that it opens the chest at the bottom of the pit.
Excellent. Any other magical effects?
No. but it is a magically imbued key that it's silver. It's worth something, but it is imbued to the only key that will open that.
Do I need to attune to it?
No.
Okay, I
No.
step on the plinth.
Yeah, it is unique in that it is the only key that will open the box that appeared in your mind, which is just below you. You step upon the plinth.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing
Nothing
happens. Nothing happens.
Sweet. Would you all be so kind as to turn the statues?
Right.
Oh, swapping places.
Second verse, same as the first.
Yeah, same
Yeah.
situation.
Can
Yep.
can I hold an attack for anything hostile that appears?
Yeah,
That
you
when
can
we
just
do
have
that?
a bow, like an arrow held.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
just ready to go for.
I would also like to take a deep breath as they're starting to turn them.
Yep. You take a deep breath, and yeah. So you guys turn, and immediately there is a popping sound in the middle of the room, and Alexandria is not there anymore. Alexandria, you are down below. It is almost a seamless transition of you being up and then down, and now you are in front of the chest.
All right, can I breathe?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. I figured that would be one last fuck you, so I.
You know, I didn't read it. Maybe it did. People on YouTube could look it up and be like, "You're not supposed to breathe," but I don't think it's a concern when you can hold your breath for like 5 minutes in this game. So just you're fine.
I walked into this prepared to be holding
Yeah.
my breath, so we're okay.
So there's no air down there.
There's air. I don't know if there. I am saying there is because I think air passes through a wall of force, because that would be a really stupid move to be like, "Here, wall of force, you're gonna suffocate."
Well, there's probably cracks somewhere that are letting some air in. 'Cause, like,
Somewhere.
they gotta go
it's-
down there and reset everything.
Don't
you
worry
never
about it.
know.
It's not a big deal.
Suffocate-
The
you
air
can
is
suffocate the
stale.
hell.
The air is stale. Let's say that.
Listen. All of those ideas are wonderful and would absolutely apply, but this is Dungeons and Dragons, and Chris Perkins can just write magical vacuum,
He
and
can.
all of that doesn't matter
He
anymore.
can. He is the super
And he
DM.
absolutely would fucking do that, Chris Perkins. Don't steal my idea.
It's mine. Yeah.
Great. So I guess I'm gonna open this chest and die now.
You turn the key into the chest and it pops open. You lift the lid.
See, you asked me the question.
I
Now
did.
I don't want to do that.
I did ask you a question.
Ooh.
You want me to come down there real quick?
Ooh. Okay, I'm not gonna open the chest.
Okay, you leave it. The key is sitting in there in the turn position. It is stuck in the chest. Till you
All right, I'm gonna roll.
Okay.
Over 50, I open the chest and don't bother with all the extra caution.
Okay. This is Frog Hemoth talking.
Okay, I open the chest.
You swing it open, and as you do, I'd like you to do nothing. You're fine. You look down. At a pillow that is sort of a red cushion, and on it you see two unique 1-inch diameter glass eyeballs resting on the cushion. One
Yeah.
is pale green, and the other is pink.
Cool. I loot them.
You take them out.
I loot the pillow.
You take the pillow.
Is there anything under the pillow?
Just a solid iron box.
Cool.
Is it a nice pillow?
I'm going to leave it open.
Okay, you
And-
leave it open.
I give the signal, which is essentially just me, waggly inflatable arm waving Manning, for them to let me out.
Let go.
You turn over the pillow because the one side was just red. You turn over the pillow and there's a nice little like light gold engraving of the tomb mouth on it, like a little imprinting on the pillow.
Of course.
Of course there is.
Oh,
Well, he's got all the merch.
This is tomb merch. This is very much tomb merch.
To merch. Yeah.
I believe it.
Take your souvenir pillow and
Do I get bamfed?
What happens? What do you? What you gave the signal? What do you
we
do?
let go of the statues and let them return.
Yep, and you do it again, and immediately you hear that pop sound again, and there's Alexander.
Sweet.
Oh.
I'll hold up the eyes, saying, "Well, I don't remember who said it,
Holds them up.
but they called it."
Well done.
Well
So
done.
we have them all.
We have all 10.
We can. This is a mirror with this.
Yeah, down the hall to the west, you saw a mirror, your reflection in it, and 10-inch-sized divots going all the way around it.
This is the last thing on this floor.
Yes, and I think I know a wonderfully private space we can all sleep before we do that.
Yeah, that's what I was.
In the shotgun barrel. Oh.
No.
Hey, I hear dwarves are awfully comfortable in barrel-like rooms.
That explode into fire and brimstone at a moment's notice.
Is that where our
Max-
party will be retiring? Oh, go ahead, Brolin.
I was gonna say I'm actually more inclined to open spaces.
So, do we want to make our way to the room that shouldn't be there? Oh no, that's 4. Never mind.
You could still fit everybody in. You're just going to be very close that night.
I mean, as long as I'm not in the same corner as Brolin, I'm gonna be
I
fine
mean,
with it.
yeah. You don't. I don't think any laps have to be sat on, but the floor will be filled with people.
Okay.
Victor and Valfian can share my lap if they want.
Sounds like a good spot.
Yeah, is that where you guys would like to retire?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to delete the skeleton. Just have so that's in there. Let's all put. You guys know how to get around this thing. You can easily clatter your way back without us having to go through individual baloney. I'm gonna just take you. Oh, don't worry, you're safe. Into that room.
All right, everybody, Final Fantasy VII style schlorp out of it.
Do you cast? Do you bother to cast the bubble tonight, or do you just stay?
Absolutely.
With whatever? All right,
I will.
The bubble is cast. I will put a purple line around that.
The inside of it has this permeating smell of magical freon.
Oh, like a car air conditioning. I like it.
Yes.
All right.
It's that
Victor-
clean, fresh smell. Yeah.
Victor, stop elbowing me.
This is. I'm just trying to find some space in here. Just give me a moment.
Ow!
This
You
square
just
is
hit me
mine.
in the head.
I did not mean to. You're very short. Okay, I'm sorry. You're
Oh,
right
I
at
wish
elbow level.
What's your problem?
I don't
I'm not
have-
short. I'm
I-
perfectly normal for a dwarf.
It's but I'd say that
Okay.
you're fine. You know, Alexander might be right. You are difficult.
She's rubbing her forehead. This is a mistake. This
War-
is a mistake.
Work and kind of shove himself into one of the
Yeah.
small areas and withdraw into his shell.
Yeah, that's literally you are blocking that path. It is a 3 foot by 2. It is just you are in there. Oh my god! Like by all statistics, I don't think the way we've illustrated War he would be able to actually fit. So I'm just imagining cartoon style. Effectively, he is just in there.
I think
Valfian,
he could do it if he was going sideways.
Yeah, perhaps.
Valfian,
Very tight.
switch spaces with Alexandria.
I can't. I don't have room.
This is. I'm not moving. I
All
found
right,
my spot.
Victor, I move Victor.
You gonna move Victor?
Before you guys get comfy.
wait, I stop. Like I gotta be with Ward. Damn.
Before we're
Switch with-
comfortable, she says, looking at War with a sarcastic.
Specifically Brolin, but there was something that I wanted to try.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What do you want to try? I'm here. I'm here for you.
You wanna? We might need a little more space.
You want a fusion?
Fusion.
You know of some pretty open areas nearby. Yeah, to the north.
Walk out into the.
Yeah, go in the wave pool.
All right, let's go.
I can stretch my legs.
Yeah, immediately stretch your legs out. So we do have just about 9 minutes left in the session. Do we want to illustrate sort of what War and Berlin are doing before the end of the episode? Do we want to leave it for after the episode? Because we're going to be resting, also leveling, which I think we can easily do together here, probably off stream. But yeah, what are we cool just enacting this War Berlin moment in the last 9 minutes? How do we feel?
Sure.
Okay, let's see what this is like. Berlin and War, you pour out of this hole in the wall as the others back in the pit. Whifflespark, Alexandria helping Victor, kind of making their way. Whifflespark probably the easiest of them, and you make more room, and it's kind of yeah, exactly, Alexandria, more space.
Oh God, there's Fenrir in there too.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have to be in there.
True,
He could be outside.
So yeah, Warren Brolin, you exit the area, you get a little bit of moisture in the room, a little bit more breathable air. What's going on?
So I explained some of this before to Valfine, and I don't know if you heard most of it, but there's some of this that I have come to understand more fully. Sorry if this is repetitive then.
Now go for it. He's Brolin's stretching because you honestly think he's anticipating to get hit.
Okay.
The spirits that I bring forth while fighting, the ones that shield people from blocked a blow for you earlier with the golem, right?
Yeah.
So they stem from my home. When you, this is what I've kind of figured out, when you place a journal on the stack at home, two things happen. There's spirits added to the spirit world, and you as the placer of the journal have some kind of connection to that. I placed my mother's journal years ago, and that's how I gained the ability to enter that world in my dream. Then I did something that defied all the customs, and I placed my own journal there. Anticipating I would die here and having no air, I wanted to make sure it was there.
Oof.
I didn't know what it did before I placed it, but now that I have, there are some rippling effects. It brought pieces of myself into that world. Previously, only those with the journals were there, but since I am alive, I influenced that world more strongly and brought my father's spirit through. His teachings are what you called the Black Flames earlier.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm coming adding up now.
Placing my own journal also allowed the spirits to come through a little bit more strongly. Well, probably seen them take blows for you, but the other part of that action is that there's a version of me in that world there at all times now.
Oh, it doesn't sound good.
I haven't seen it because when I go to that place, we merge. But according to the other spirits, when I leave, that version of me still exists there.
It's almost like what I'm dealing with a little bit, except, 2 in 1 sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of the inverse. So
Yeah, you haven't tried this yet. I was thinking about it, mulling it over when we had a chance, but Brolin will, take the bowl out of his, off his side, and it's like, this might be able to help you a little bit.
couldn't hurt. I'll give it a try. I've come to understand that when I'm bringing the spirits here, I'm reaching into that world and binding them to this world somehow. What I want to try is doing that to the version of me that's in that world.
Oh, God. Yeah, you're gonna definitely want to try this.
Yeah.
What is
have
War
some-
trying to do?
Summon himself.
He is.
Oh,
So
okay. All right.
yeah,
Continue.
De-summon.
The
I don't
world
know
was
what's gonna
asking for just a second. You're good. Go ahead.
Right, right. I don't know what's going to happen with this, and for all I know, it could cause us to swap places or sever my connection entirely. But if it's something I could use, I have to know.
Yeah. Well,
So,
that makes sense. Well, listen, you said your people are connected with Ubtao, right?
in ways.
Well, this bowl was made by Ubtao.
Oh,
So, it might be able to amplify or help you in some way.
yeah. I'll give it a try. He'll sit down, take the bowl into his lap.
Can we potentially wait 30 minutes?
Is there something that you have,
I at least like one of my beast shapes up. He's stretching.
This can be 30
Plus-
minutes later.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. No, yeah, Brolin's up. I got a new.
after we set up camp?
That flying
Hour.
snake's not the only new trick I got up my sleeve. I got inspired by you. You'd be impressed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be a surprise, but I'm gonna need it. I think I'm gonna get punched.
I'm more worried about what happens to my consciousness here more than anything.
Well, I'll back you up as best I can. I'll heal you if I have to. I got some spells left, but not too much.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So he'll sit down, put the bowl in his lap,
Bull and lap.
kind of start meditating, and you'll see the familiar like black flame start to emanate from around him, and they'll start to intensify and pull to the side as if being drawn away from war. And you'll watch as they grow larger and war's form begins to blur. The flames start to swirl around, and then they funnel up and then back down in the space next to War, forming into a faded gray image of him, translucent as the edges, or at the edges, as if viewed through a tear. And it will be floating next to him in a very similar
Like pose.
position. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we see war split. As you see this happen, Brolin, what do you do?
Some Doctor Strange shit.
This is Doctor Strange.
Brolin's gonna get ready to turn into a new animal.
Okay, yeah. What shape do you take?
Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait if anything comes violent. But it's just to give you it's the giant snapping turtle.
Okay. Oh, that actually fits the situation. Okay, cool. So yeah, as you see that split, you feel that sort of tear in between you, and it begins to. It's wild. It's hard to get a hold of, and you actually find that immediately you can use that bowl as a focus. And Berlin did seem to help you here. This did seem to be something, at least in the initial uses of trying something like this, it's dangerous. Having this with you somehow is empowering that connection for the first time. Probably won't need it in the future, kind of thing, but Berlin has aided you here. You think something terrible could have happened without his intervention, perhaps divine. You're not sure, and you're able to. What do you do here? What's the intent?
He's gonna open his eyes, look at it, and just kind of double take, and then it'll like fade away for a second. I'll say, I'm gonna have to practice that.
Oh,
That's strange.
Okay. Yeah, it fades away. A little too dangerous. Or then you didn't want to use it. Interesting. Okay. So it fades. What happens next?
Well, that's all I had.
Okay.
oh.
Yeah, you brace yourself, Berlin, readying the spell, and War's connection is unable to hold. And probably breathing a little bit heavy, and the silence of the water sort of echoes through the room. And that's where we're going to end our session for the evening, gentlemen. Since it is 10:01, we will close off on that. What maybe we're expecting where there's anticipation for something big, and then it's almost like a peaceful like knowledge is known in this moment. So excellent. And we will solidify there, as the party will be able to get a full rest with no dangers in this room that seemingly doesn't exist. So I'm not even gonna roll on the table. You guys are safe. We will leave it off there. Thank you guys for playing games with me tonight. Super blast. I didn't think I was going to be in a good mood, but the minute I sat down to play with y'all brought my mood up. So thank you for that. That was fun.
That's what we're here
No
for, man.
worries. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I was just crazy tired. I was like, man, I'm gonna be slow, and it just picked right up. It was a really, really good time. Thank you to those over on YouTube joining us for our adventure as we plug our way through 3 years, 1 year tomb, 4 days in game. Good lord. And that is everything. We will catch you in the month of April's the next one up. Never know what time it is anymore. But we'll see you then. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.